I want to share something with you, and that something is that nobody has got their ish together. Okay, let me repeat that for you in case you need to hear that again. Nobody has got their ish together. Hi, good morning, how you doing? And I just want to say, like, when I started my business, because I started on that low budget, because I was very determined to just get going and put my products and services out to market, and I was very keen to just get out there, this idea of perfectionism didn't exist for me because I didn't have time. If those of you know my story, you will know that I started my business on £100. I launched my website on £90. I very much ran with it, and I didn't really have time to sit and worry about whether or not I had polished photography and whether or not my website, had all things singing and dancing. I literally just said, right, I've got to get a functional website. Good morning. Functional website. I've got to get my act together. I've got to make sure people know about me. So for me, my priority was visibility and making sure that actually when I show up, I'm being visible and I'm giving useful tips. And what I want you to know is, as you watch this live and maybe as you think about where you are in your business right now, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Even if you see people that look polished and perfect on the Instagram feed or on social media generally, their life is not perfect. In fact, the world of entrepreneurial spirits, so to speak, or entrepreneurial beings is very different from how it's presented online. Behind the scenes, as I'm sure many of you know, there is, a lot of hard work. There is a lot of effort. There are a lot of conversations that happen that many of us don't speak about. There may be family issues. There may be financial issues. I know clients that have got health issues. And so when we present ourselves online, and a lot of us hold back from actually talking up and being active online, I want you to remember that nobody's perfect. Everybody has challenges. In fact, I have a saying, and that is that nobody's immune from challenges. So if you're going through it right now, and maybe you are, someone who has been holding back from showing up because at the moment nothing's perfect or nothing seems perfect in your life, this is what I want you to know, right? Maybe you are someone who's a bit of a perfectionist, and maybe you are somebody who genuinely does prefer to show up polished. That's absolutely fine. But what you need to believe is that, good morning, by you holding back and trying to be perfect all the time, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. You're actually delaying your own progress. So if you know, for example, that you've got content and it's amazing, but maybe, your eyebrows need doing, maybe your hairline needs trimming, maybe your nails need doing. If you allow that to hold you back all the time, that's going to delay your progress, because there are people waiting for your information. There are actually people that don't care about those things. But as business owners, we have to know where our comfort zone is, and sometimes we have to know how to get outside of that. And that's what I shared this morning in my newsletter, in my email, where I was talking about my dishwasher and a situation that happened with my dishwasher. But let me get back to the point. Nobody's perfect. And all I want to say to you is, if you at the moment feel that maybe people are perfect or people are doing better than you, or you're always comparing yourself to others, that's something you probably want to stop. Because as I said, there is an illusion that other entrepreneurs are, doing amazing things. And let me tell you now, behind the scenes, there's a lot of things going on that we all don't know about. And it's safe to assume that people go through stuff. It's also safe to assume that you have fears in things. I have fears in things. There are many people that go through exactly what you go through at times. And it's all very normal. And I think it should be normalized now, because what's happening is I think many people are holding back, as I said, from showing up, from talking, from adding value, from giving tips, from speaking to clients, from doing live video, because they are holding back, because they feel like they're not good enough. And if you're watching this now, I want you to know that if that's you, you are good enough. Someone says, so true, I personally make comparisons always. Yeah, and I know that's a thing, because imposter syndrome is real, and it's not just even in the world of entrepreneurship. I know that there are many women that go into careers and start new jobs as executives and, high-level CEOs. And they even feel that they're not good enough. They look around the room, they look at the table. This was me, actually. I'm talking about me now. And you're thinking, wow, I know I can do this, but how did I actually get here? What qualified me to sit around this table with all these execs? Yes, within me, I know I've got the skills and expertise. I've passed the interview and I can do it. But there was always this little voice inside that used to sometimes say, V, are you worthy of this? And so I want you to know that actually in entrepreneurial terms, you are worthy. Yeah, maybe you are working in a career at the moment and you feel that at the moment, but I'm talking to business owners right now. You are worthy, because nobody's perfect. Everybody doubts themselves. And when it comes to business, you will make slip-ups. In fact, you should be making slip-ups so that you can learn and you can gain experience, and then hopefully you will learn a lesson and then tweak it next time. And I always say to my clients, just in wrapping up, that sometimes we hold off from doing that website. We hold off from investing in a coach. We delay our progress on, launching a program. We don't speak or get advice because we're not ready yet. And that is all really, because we fear our own success, I believe anyway. I think it's because we fear progress. I think it's because we fear, what's going to happen or what could happen. And I know in my business, thank you for the applauses. I know in my business, when I started my business, I actually feared success a lot. I always thought, what would happen if this goes well? What would I do? And I'm only slowly, if I'm honest, coming out of that now. And that's why I downsize stuff and then I resize stuff, being very transparent with you, because I do fear my own success. I mean, the amount of people that I personally speak to, and some of you may resonate with this, that say, oh my gosh, I really valued that tip. I really found that useful. I really enjoyed that live. I really enjoyed that email. And I just think, my gosh, if I was to go full, really, really hard with this, I can't imagine what would happen with my businesses. I don't talk. If many of you know me, you'll know I've got a social media management agency, and I don't speak a lot about it because I get a lot of referrals. I get a lot of clients come to me on referrals, and I also get a lot of repeat business and clients that stick with me because I do a really good job for them in terms of engagement, helping them get sales conversions online and directing traffic to their e-commerce site or their website, right? In fact, just last night, I did a client event, helped them to push the event in less than 3 weeks. They had over 130 registrants, and it's people that they actually want on the live. It's just not a free for all. It was a webinar event that my client did, and she's very, very happy with that because she told me she only wanted 100, and I told her we're going to go for 150, and we got 130, but that's because she actually closed her page early. So it doesn't matter. She's still done really well. She's still amazing. And she still gave me a very glowing review. But it's just to say that I don't talk about that side of my business a lot because I'm scared. I'm actually scared. I've got the resources now, but I'm scared of what can happen. I mean, my business, my business does websites. We do websites for clients and we do amazing websites for clients. But just going back to the point, don't hold back, because that's something that I've done a lot myself. And it's actually something that I feel a lot of us do. So don't hold back. I'm talking to myself as well. Don't hold back. And remember, this is perhaps less of an issue for me, but you're not perfect. You will never be perfect. In fact, perfect is an illusion. I know I'm not perfect, and that's why I do show up with things like a broken nail and, an earring missing. I think on Monday I did a live with a slightly damaged earring because I had to go live at that time. That's the time that I told everyone I was coming on, and I didn't realise my earring had chipped. My designer earring had chipped. So I went live and I said on the live, I pointed it out myself because, I'm not perfect. So if you're watching this now and you have picked up some nuggets from this, or maybe you just thought food for thought, and I've seen a few of your comments in the comments, so thank you for that. Just remember, go forth with what you want to do. Don't hold back. Nobody's perfect. It doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. I am very aware of a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, in not just mine, but other people's businesses. And I work with clients who divulge things to me, and I work with people that divulge things to me. And I've got to be honest, there's so much that goes on, and on the surface, it looks all shiny and polished, but it's not. And that's what you need to know this morning. It's not perfect. So continue as you are, make those plans, stop comparing yourself to other people because they haven't got their ish together. They haven't got their ish together. Trust me. A lot of us go through it. A lot of us have experiences. A lot of us learn lessons. And that's part of the process. That's actually the beauty of being an entrepreneur, is that you're always testing and tweaking things. And if you're like me, you're a bit of a risk taker. So have a fantastic week. Let me know what you're up to. Give me a live emoji if you can. If you're watching on the live, I can see a few of you here with me. And also let me know where you're watching from. I forgot to ask that. I normally ask that. If you didn't know, I'm a branding and marketing coach and consultant. If you're watching this for the first time, you've never come across my brand. I'm the crazy lady who started her business on just £100 over 7 years ago. And I made a decision to take the leap. I'd been talking about it for years, from like 2009 when I was helping my ex-partner to do his events and big raves at the time. And I launched my business in 2013 because I was made redundant. I was forced into it. But that's not a bad thing because, 7 years later, I'm now a multi-award winning coaching consultant, trainer, self-published author, and I do get results for all of my clients. And so if you're watching this and you feel like you need help, or you want just someone to even encourage you, or maybe you need clarity on what you're doing at the moment, please do go and check out my website. It's insighttomarketing.com. Thank you for the emojis. It's insighttomarketing.com. And also you can email me as well if you want to have a confidential chat. If you're watching this now or you catch this on the replay and you want to have a confidential chat, just email me with the subject line, chat please. All right? Email me with the subject line, chat please. Someone said that was a blessing, to be honest. Yeah, it was. I always do look at the positive of all negatives, even if it's to do with health, family members being ill. I always look at the flip side of it because things could always be worse, and although it's not a nice thing to think about, but there's always someone worse in a worse situation than we are. Look at countries around the world where people are living in poverty and hunger and there isn't enough employment. And when there is employment, they're getting paid like minimum wage. You wouldn't even spend that on a drink, right, per hour. We are blessed. Individually, we have our own blessings, but we just don't count them enough. So just to wrap up, my email is info@insighttomarketing.com. You can reach me. You can connect with me via my website. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.